continent comes alive on our channel, Eurovision, all things Europe, Nations League, Euros, FIFA WC qualifiers. Goal Plus Africa, Africa's Heartbeat, AFCON, CHAN, COSAFA Cup, FIFA WC qualifiers. Libertadores Vision, South America Uncovered, Copa Libertadores, Copa America, WC qualifiers. Silk Dynasty, Asia Spotlight, Asian Cup, WC qualifiers. Harambee Stars Unleashed, everything about Kenya's national team. When club football dominates, we go deeper. United Frontline, the ultimate Man United fan experience. Echoes of Anfield, Liverpool like you've never seen it. House of Galacticos, Real Madrid Uncovered. Premier League Game Month Show, Stats, Analysis, Insights every 4 game weeks. Champions Crystal Ball, UEFA Tournaments, Club World Cup, Super Cup Predictions. Final Whistle Debate Show, the hottest sports topics debated by experts, every 6 weeks. Deal Paranoia, transfer window coverage you can't miss. And for weekly predictions? We cover everything: Premier League, Championship, FA Cup, La Liga, Serie A, Bundesliga, League One, DStv Premiership, T20 Cricket, F1, Women's Super League, international tournaments, and much more. Why subscribe? Because we don't just show games, we predict, analyze, debate, and break the stories that matter. From transfers to tactical battles, from managerial appointments to live watch-alongs, Football Overseas gives you the edge no other channel does. This is your hub for global sports, where every match counts, every opinion matters, and every fan belongs. Subscribe, join the debate, and fuel your passion. The game doesn't wait, and neither should you.
One, go. Big up, guys. Welcome to the Football Overseas YouTube channel. We are live for Michael Carrick permanent appointment at Man United. Is INEOS about to make the same mistake as they did, as the Glazers did with appointing Ole? Remember when Ole was interim manager, and then we appointed him again to be permanent manager, and Carrick is on the shortlist to replace Ruben Amorim. So, and Carrick is performing well under interim manager as well. And the caretaker manager, United is so far unbeaten as when Carrick took over, and that's the key question fans are asking. If we give Carrick the job, uh, have we found the next good head coach, or are we repeating the same mistake as we did with Ole? And I'll be honest, I think Carrick has done a good job. He has tweaked a little bit here and there, and there's still things to be learned, but so far it could have been worse. But we're back in quotation for USL football. Um, and look at how INEOS wants the new manager to be in before the World Cup starts. That means the shortlist they have people like Karen Pochettino. Pochettino's ruled out because he's been the World Cup, unless they go for Sake for Fabrics Gas. And then there's also Roberto De Zerbi, who's free right now. Julian Nagelsmann is obviously will be ruled out because of that. Yeah, so the people making the decisions is Radcliffe, Berhada, Dave, Balsford, Vivel, Wilcox, and Glazers. But the key question is, does Carrick deserve it? I think so far he's the most informed manager. Also, he's a United legend at what working to his benefits. Number two, as well, United has improved in terms of attacking. We have structure for the first time in a while. Since Ten Hag days, we have had structure, and then we have also had the attack is scoring more goals. The defense, we are leaking less goals here and there. and there's there's a key difference that you can see. Also, his CV is kind of limited. His CV, he has only managed at one club, Middlesbrough. Most of his career has been at United, either as an assistant manager in 2018 to 2021, 2022 season, and then his first stint as being caretaker manager was in 2021, and it ended in 2021, 2022 season. So again, and then this is second state at being a caretaker manager. So far, being caretaker manager, he has been unbeaten in both stints before. His trophies, his trophy so far, he hasn't won any trophies so far. Premier League performances. Last time you was in the Premier League, your big ups, your big up C for your big up mate, yeah. So last time his Premier League performances, he has improved United. 2021 to 22 season, United was seventh place under his control, and now we are fifth place. We have upped the tempo, and yeah, so far you can see that he has improved in terms of Premier League performances. EFL Championship performances. I watched him at Middlesbrough. I think he improved Middlesbrough before he took over at Middlesbrough. Middlesbrough used to be a mid-table side, flirting with 10th place most of the time, and he kept on pushing them here and there. I think first in the first season in 2022-2023 season, he took them to a playoffs semi-final spot, and then they didn't make it. They lost in the semi-finals. In the final, they didn't make it. So and then they sold quite a number of players. Then he had to rebuild again. He finished eighth place. That is above where Middlesbrough usually finish, that 10th place, 10th to 12th place. They usually finish there. Then 2024, and then they sold another set of players. He had to rebuild for the second time. Then 2024, 2025, he was sacked at the end when they finished 10th. So the only thing that plunged his performances was the continuous rebuild at Middlesbrough, where one season he performs well, they sell his good players, and then the next season he has to rebuild. So that's a consistent thing that has pledged his performances at Middlesbrough. But his Middlesbrough career was good. Carabao Cup in 2023, 2024, he took Middlesbrough to the semi-finals. 2024, 2025. Yeah, so he took them to the semi-finals for that. Then 2024, 2025, he was knocked out second round. It was a poor performance from his side, which knocked him out, which got him sacked as well. Um, I, I can say the 2023, 2024 Carabao Cup performance was an outlier, but second leg he pushed Chelsea to go back to back with Chelsea and beat Chelsea 1-0. At home is not easy. FA Cup, from for the past three seasons, he was knocked out at the third round. FA Cup is a difficult cup for small teams. And then Champions League performance, he has only had one match in the Champions League, that was with United, where we lost. Yeah, that was in 2021, 2022. And that was against Atletico Madrid, and we lost 1-0. So it was a narrow loss. Um, so who knocked him out in the car in the domestic cups? So 2024, 25, he was embarrassed. He was knocked out by Stoke City 5-0. He was knocked out in the second round. In 2024, 2025, in the FA Cup, he was knocked out by Blackburn Rovers. That was in the third round. That was an L at home. Both performances were at home. Away, he was embarrassed away versus Chelsea away 6-1. That was with Middlesbrough. Yeah, that was after. Yeah, so that's second semi final. And then FA Cup, third round versus Aston Villa. He was knocked out at home 1-0. And then I guess in 2022 2023 versus Brighton, he was knocked out 5-1. So most of his domestic knockouts were at home. Yeah, so that's another con as well. Um, yes, I a lot. Obviously, this might be a little bit of data that might not be that might be too little to talk about. Yeah, but yeah. So if I'm talking about this, what does it tell us about his cap elimination? What I thought that he prioritizes league structure over cap quest. That's what I thought by how it's being knocked out in the domestic cups as well. Also, number two, yeah, I wasn't so impressed about that semi-final collapse against Chelsea away. I know at United he beat Chelsea away with resources, so I kind of took away that con. And then third one was yeah, so yeah, it's about the mental age in knockout games. I think he has had little experience at knockout football, and it develops as you grow as a manager, as a new manager. So it's all about cup games are all about edge and ruthlessness. You need to know how to slow the game down. You need to know how to provoke chaos. You need to know how to close some doors in the defense, and you need to know how to break down low blocks. Yeah. So as a new manager, he's tend to struggle with cup games as well. Yeah. So my evaluation of Carrick as a manager. Where was that thing? Mm, yeah. So Manuary is limited experience, yet could it be a big leap of faith for him? Maybe it could be at his manager career, but again, he knows United inside and out, and he's a United legend who used to, yeah, who was a key player in Sir Alex Ferguson's squad. So he has that winning identity. He knows how to win. He knows how to adjust games compared to Ole, who was a sub who comes on, scores goals, comes off. So, but again, it could be too soon to give him a job of United, and maybe we need an experienced manager who has been at the game for long. Yeah, let me show you something. Yeah, so also did also some other things. Yeah, so obviously currently and now in his formation, currently starting formation is obviously Shaw, Martinez, Maguire, Dalot, Menu. Casarimo will not be there most likely, so his starting formation next season could have Vigate because we haven't bought any players at the start of the season. haven't included any signings that we could get because I don't know what signings we could get. And then I think I did this before he started starting Sesko. So obviously Obomo will be here on the right wing. Sesko will be here on the striker's position. And then his build-up formation. Yeah, so his build-up formation will have Dogo will play quite a number of games. His build-up formation will have this as well considering how he played at Middlesbrough. We have three midfielders, three centre backs. So Maguire will be the central centre back. Martinez will be here. Mazzari will be here. And then these guys should be straining the midfield. Am I being visible? I think that works. Yeah, so and then Bruno Fernandes will be running up and about. Then most likely people like Dogo, Bomo will be closing in the ball for somebody like Sesko to come in. Yeah, yeah. That his formation, his build-up formation. Then off the ball, United could. We have seen this time and time over again where United press in a 4-4-2 way, where Fernandez is here, Sesko is here, Bomo is here, and then off, and then another way where he presses is like this as well, 4-4-1-1, and then another way where he presses off the ball. This is a low block. If you want to play low block, it could be a 5-2-2 formation. Yeah, so obviously this is long time ago. I did this in February. So yeah, this is our current situation in 2025-2026 season. And then what else? Yeah, in terms of loan and keep, obviously, the goalkeeper department is currently this one. Onana is obviously being sold at United. Harrison will be kept. I think Harrison will take Laments. He'll keep Laments. Left back, he'll obviously sell Luxo. I think Pasinola gets Luxo. Dalot will most likely stay. Dalot will most likely stay. I don't see Man United getting a right back. At that time, there was a lot of talks with Barcelona for Baldi. I think Baldi is an interesting choice that we could get young, experience, but yeah. For left centre back, I don't see United in the summer 2026, 2027 getting a new left back, centre back anytime soon. So I think the option to stay the same way. Right centre back. Right centre back. I thought Maguire could be sold, but yeah, even though Maguire has could be extended his contract, but I don't see Maguire staying at United at the end of 2027, 2028. So I think centre backs will be this way. Right back, right backs will be kept the same way. I don't see United selling the right backs. CMs, CM, obviously, this might be a bit of a Carrick signing, but I see as if we don't go for strength or big signings, we could go for something like Hackney, someone who Carrick knows. Yeah, for squad depth quality, but I feel like if we really want to back Carrick, we should go for players like Addison, but Beleba and those elite players. But Yeah, so also those links with Dortmund, Atlanta. So right, CM Sport as he is signing Ederson, Mecha. It's not really good signings, but it could happen. Toby Collier stays. Attacking midfield. I wasn't so sure with Bruno whether Bruno will stay or go at the time. At that time, it looked like Bruno could leave, but since right now Bruno could stay, then I think I'm going to add him back because I still, if Bruno is staying for the next two seasons, I still see him staying at United. So yeah, then Cunha could stay. Mount, I see Zaxi being sold here. Zaxi being sold. Right wing, left wing, Mount will be sold. Rashford obviously is going. Yeah, so right wing, right wing, it will stay the same way. Striker position, I don't see us getting a new striker. I see us remaining the same strikers, but Zaxi will go. Kana will most likely go out on loan. Yeah, so obviously Fletcher will stay at United. Obviously, players like Fletcher, Sekekone, Louis Brantley, Watson, Jack Fletcher, Scallon, Jack Mohon, Mohos, Mohouse, Matato, Tildo, and Shelesi. I see the captain staying the same way. Now, future vice captain, this might change, but I see Abomo being a future vice captain. I don't know why, but I see it happening. Yeah, so I thought Bruno Fernandes could be sold, so that's why I put Bruno here. But if he's sold, most likely be going to Al for 57 million. Yeah, so then if Bruno is being sold, we most likely will buy someone like Smith. Smith is a wonder kid from Alkama. Yeah. So you saw players who I think will struggle under Carrick. Obviously, we see current Zaxi, Bendia, Luxo, Collier, Gore, Ennis, Kobe, players we have seen become a beast under Carrick. I think Kobe Menu will improve. Patrick Dogo will improve. We have seen him become. He'll most likely not be played as left back, but more as a left winger. Then Euro will improve. If fit and settled, he will improve. He's leader of the game, and yeah, so Cunha as well. Bumu and Nesano Martinez. Yeah, so Dogo will most likely establish himself at United most of the time. Dogo will establish himself as a starter, not as a yeah. Right now it's more of a rotation. He'll establish himself as a starter. With Luke Shaw being sold, he'll become mostly as a starter. Also, I see Harry Hamas coming back from loan, and being a rotational player. Yeah, so Carrick has had a track record of developing young fullbacks at Borough, which means Carrick Amos could come back and get real opportunities. Yeah, also Lenny Euro could break into the starting 11, get more minutes here and there, head in heaven as well. Also, Kobe Menu is already in the starting 11, but you could see him getting more consistent ownership of the role. Matato as well. Yeah, so he'll get some real minutes by 2027, 2028. He'll Chido Obi Martin will get fast tracked under Carrick's development plan. Fletcher as Fletcher as well. Fletcher, Scollen, Morehouse. Most of these guys will play as rotational or score depth. Matato, yeah. So Patrick Dogo, you'll see Patrick Dogo having a positional change at the Carrick. He, I think he'll change from being a left back to being more of attacking left M or a left winger. And then, yeah, if Luxor stays, Luxor could become centre back. I don't think Luxor can sustain being left back for long. And then Kobe Menu can be used as a box to box pure controller instead of a box to box. Yeah. Um, my predicted performance at the Carrick. Next season will be a season of stabilizing, so maybe fifth place, quarterfinals, fourth round, and then will be most likely in UCL. If we in UCL, if we are in UCL, we'll most likely get league stage or semifinals. If we are in Europa League, then 2027 to 8, we could win FA Cup or Europa League. But if we are still in Champions League, we could get quarterfinals. Yeah, but obviously the league position will improve to that place. Potential trophies, FA Cup, and one European trophy as well is guaranteed for United. So pros of having him at a club, obviously, um, as a coach, Carrick will see it as he has given his best years to. He's managing the club where he has given his best years, so he's fulfilling his personal dream. And then he inherits a squad with joining world-class players already in place. Yeah, so INEOS structure will most likely give him a proper sporting infrastructure, unlike what you're seeing at Middlesbrough. So most likely he'll be focused at coaching the team instead of being in charge of recruitment, signings, those things. Also, the caretaker spell has also proved his method has worked at this level immediately. Um, he'll have full transfer windows to properly shape the squad his way. So far, he hasn't had that opportunity. Then also, young academy talent will be given long-term projects that he loves. He loves those long-term projects. Menu as an on-pitch embodiment. Yeah, he's a player built for his system.